Okay, so today we're going to actually torque down the cylinder head, and then we're going to attach the upper timing cover to the cylinder head, and then we're going to put on some of the ignition stuff like I don't know what the name of this piece is called, but it plugs into the camshaft, and then the distributor rotor goes on top of that, and then we're going to put the distributor on top of that. And I think that's all that we can do today, just securing the timing covers in the cylinder head. The intake I did yesterday, but I didn't finish. I need to order some new parts for it because the clips didn't have all the clips on it. And I want to get a new fuel pressure regulator. I don't know if I'm going to or not because they're pretty expensive. Other than that, I think I'm going to put the oil filter also in. Maybe not. Maybe wait till I put the engine in the car, then to put the oil in. Well, and we're also torquing a lot of the bolts down. So the front timing cover, we're going to torque down. Obviously, the cylinder head, the oil filter housing, the starter, we're going to torque down. And I think that's it. And then I have to order some parts. I'm going to take my alternator to get cleaned because it just looks really gross. I just may just wash it down with some high pressure water or something like that. But let me show you. Yeah, we're a mess again. I cleaned up yesterday and we're back a mess. So I went and got out a 14 millimeter 12 point. That's what fits on the ARP head studs for this engine. I don't know about every engine. And then size 5, M5 hex head key. That's just to like tighten down the bolts, the studs to the block. I have this mocked up here just to make sure. I have the Bentley manual and real OEM open because some of these are not all the same length. For instance, this is an M6 by 35, while this is an M6 by 50, and it's a by 50 because we have this crank position bracket on the block. I mean, on the front lower timing cover. Like this, for instance, this is like a 45 and this is a 50. So I'm like going through all my bolts, which I happen to measure out and figure out which goes where. For instance, I had a M6 by 45 in here when it needs to be an M6 by 35. So I'm like finding the bolts that I thought I lost that weren't lost in the beginning. Yeah, so this is mocked up. We're trying to put all the bolts in. I think I have them all. I already did this off camera. I put the chain tensioner on, and the spring you can kind of see if you can see it. Well, let's take this off. So right now it's in there. You see it right there. It's tensioned with the spring. I may upgrade to a mechanical one that keeps it like locked in place, but that's like for race stuff. I don't think I need to do that. We're gonna put the bolts together on the water housing for the thermostat, and that goes right here. I'm gonna just locate it. I'm not gonna secure it, just to have it there. I have the bolts for that, so that's gonna go. The intake we're gonna settle later. Actually, let me show you what I did yesterday. So I mocked this up because there's a piece that holds the fuel rail together on the back of the I guess on the front of the intake cover. So that's just mocked up right now. And then we managed to put the fuel rail on with the fuel injectors. We're gonna put the fuel lines on once we get the brackets to hold them in place. I may use zip ties just for now. And then once I get the pieces in the mail, then clip them on. And that's all I did really yesterday. I couldn't do much past that. But yeah. All right, so ARPs are now lubed up and they are hand tightened. So we're gonna begin the torquing process. I have the book right here that tells me which way to do it. I think I need to be on the other side to begin torquing it. And then once those are torqued down, it's a 30 foot-pounds, then 60, then 90. Once those are all torqued, then I'm gonna do the oil galley bolts or banjo bolts. I think these are M6s, so they should be around maybe I don't know what measurement it is for this. I'll check the book, but we're gonna begin torquing this now. Bro, look at my forearm. Oh my god. That's just all from torquing. Just look at this forearm. No veins. No veins. Forearm. Swole. Alright, but everything's torqued down. I did the 3 stages from 30 foot-pounds to 90 foot-pounds. Harbor Freight torque wrench, I'm probably gonna end up getting a better one, maybe a digital one, or borrow a digital one from a friend. But now that the cylinder head's torqued on, we're gonna move to the banjo bolts, torque those down, and then we're gonna move to the front of the engine and put on the upper timing chain cover, the dizzy, the rotor, and the little piece that goes to the camshaft. We're gonna solidify that, put that in there, and then I think that's it for today. All right, so it's not fully secured. I have 2 bolts on this side, 2 bolts on the other side. All the distributor ignition stuff is right here, secured in. You can see this little, you see that little part sticking out there? That's connected in with Loctite. So now we're good to go. I need to put in the 2 bottom ones here and then 2 top ones here, and then that'll be fully secured. The only reason why I haven't put the valve cover, gasket, or anything related to the valve covers on, because when you upgrade the rocker locks on the water jacket portion right here, it ends up, you can't fit the whole rocker lock around. So essentially, I think I have it here. Yeah, I think I'm missing a bolt. What you're supposed to do is grind it down so that it can fit through that little space right there. But for some reason, the way I ground it, it's not fitting around. So I got to get another replacement one. Oh, that's not all for today. We're going to put the thermostat housing together and then secure it here. And then that should be it. Haha, JK. I actually managed to fit it. I had to like finagle it around this little gap right here and then twist it around and it came in. I think it should still work even though I filed it down some. So we're gonna find another bolt because I don't know where the other bolt to the other side is. Then we're gonna tighten it some more, but for now that's a huge major step because I was gonna order a whole new 2 pieces of those just to get it done right. But that's good. On to the water stuff.